Okay, so video 3 on day 1 of the pandemic. Um, we have already connected sort of Google Classrooms to Aeries so that students can find the Google Classroom links in Aeries. And we've created calendar events for each class and invited students into those events. So now we're gonna do a little editing of the Zoom meeting itself so that it will enforce login. And then we are going to post that Zoom meeting onto Aeries. Okay, so you may not have seen this before, but you can go to zoom.com and you get a whole lot more options for how to deal with your Zoom meeting. So you click sign in here. And as always, we are going to sign in with our Google address, and that way we know we're in the OUSD domain. So I'm now signed in. Some of you may get this strange message if you've never done this before that wants you to consolidate your account. Go ahead and do that. Do the consolidate, and then eventually it'll get you back here. Okay, so previously I scheduled that Zoom meeting via my calendar. Here it is, Computer Science Principles, period 3. So I'm going to click on that meeting. And then I'm going to come down here to the bottom and I'm going to click edit this meeting because there's a whole bunch of sort of things that you can do once you're in here. So first of all, I want to note that we have this registration option. I think we're going to want to use that in the future, but for right now, we're going to skip it. I want to, so you can mute participants upon entry. I think in this case, I'm not going to do that because I want kids to have to do the fewest things possible when they show up. I'd rather have some chaos than having to figure things out. I am, however, going to do only authenticated users can join. This is going to force them to authenticate via their OUSD address. If they're already logged in, it will make that very, very easy. But basically, it keeps them from using a personal Gmail or those sorts of things. So I'm looking for only authenticated users. And that's all I really want to do. So I can click Save here. Okay, so now what I've got is this invite link. That's all I really want right now. So I'm going to grab that invite link and I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to come back to Aeries. And here on Aeries in my period 3, I'm going to click add meeting. And right there, I'm going to paste that. Okay, so that's just the meeting URL, including the password. Some people don't want to do the password. I'm okay with it because I'm not sending it out into the public. I'm putting it behind a password. So for a student to see that URL and that password link, they can only see it if they log in. And so I'm okay with that. So I'm now going to come back here and I'm going to do copy invitation. And so you get all of this other text. So what's nice to note here is there are dial-in numbers for Zoom, right? And so if a student can't get on the internet, whatever, they can actually use their phone and just call in and they will be in the meeting. So I'm going to do copy meeting invitation and come back into Aeries and here under meeting details. And now I've got all of those details, including the link. So additionally, I could potentially add anything I wanted to the top of that meeting. So as you can see, I've sort of customized the meeting details here a bit to add a little bit of a note. Let's see, I probably actually also want to just say this is for computer science period 3, which will okay, so as you can see, I've sort of edited this information a bit. I think that's probably the most important, among the most important things is to say, this is computer science period 3, which will meet for the first time on the 11th. For me, it's the 11th. For most, if you have a first period, it will be the 10th. At 10:10, this information will change before our next meeting. So this is really just a one-time thing for this first week. I gave them some information, and then here's all of this. I also told them up here, if you can't get in online, go ahead and use a phone number and dial in. That'll help. That'll work too. Okay. Actually, this stuff, one tap mobile, we're going to get rid of that. Okay, so I'm just going to click OK on that. So now there is a way to go right to the meeting URL by clicking that, and students will be able to see that message as well.